everybody, my name is Aracela and today I'm showing off my Carnival. So I've been building this Carnival in Minecraft for probably the last 3 or 4 months on a server. This has been my survival base here. So I actually have all of my storage is underneath. This is the admin building. So if I fall down there, that's where my storage is. Not going to show you it because it is actually an incomplete room. My focus has been up here, not down there. Um, so here is the island. You can see I've taken over the entire island and built a bunch of carnival attractions that all work. We have the haunted cabin, the scrambler, the roller coaster, which is just a typical roller coaster, carousel, tunnel of love, launch tower, the hanging monorail, and the fun house. And that's not it. There's actually a few other rides I built on the server at the spawn, but I can show you those later. But the very first thing I'm going to do is I'm going to show you a ride on the hanging monorail, which you don't ride up there, you ride these pigs. So this is how I've made most of these attractions in this carnival is through the pigs and boats. You can see down there, that's how the launch tower works. That's how that works, although you can do horses a little bit, kind of some stuff with them. Scrambler as well, and the haunted cabin also uses that. So this is a new mechanic they've added to the game, where you can leads don't break, and you can lead boats to boats, and that is how this works here. So you kind of glitch into the other pigs, but you can have multiple people ride this at the same time. We could have all 3 pigs occupied, and nothing would happen. No glitches. It's worked flawlessly. This one has. All of these rides have worked flawlessly. The only one that messes up occasionally is the Tunnel of Love. That's just because it's the first one that I built. But that's kind of what the island looks like. Let's ride some of the rides. So you can see I'm here at the carousel first. It is, a classic carousel, so let's figured I'd show that off first. Let's go ahead and ride it. So we have our choice of a pig or a horse. Because all of the other animals I'll be riding today are pigs, I'm going to go ahead and choose the horse here and show you kind of what it is. So you can see I have the music. It's kind of a sea shanty. Again, the note blocks aren't original. I did find those all pretty much mostly online using and sorry about that Windows noise. But I did find them mostly online using note block tutorials because I'm not good with music, but I am good with redstone and figuring out the game. It's just that, the note blocks. Again, goes around. The horses are a little glitchy. You kind of glitch around the corners, but it works. It works. Somehow I was able to make it. So, and the music goes along with it well. Our next attraction is the launch tower. So the launch tower works very similar to the other rides. We have pigs, and they're leaded to a boat on the inside. Let me show you how it works here. Let me show you a better view, because that one will show you that big, massive stuff that I'll talk about later. Okay. So you can see, you fly up to the top. You sit up here for a second, and then you drop. Yeah, very cool. It uses a bubble column, as you can hear the water in there. Essentially, I just use a piston that pushes a boat into the water column, flies up to the top, and then a piston to push it back out, and you fall back down. The cool thing about this one, again, you can have 4 people ride it on any side at a time. Pretty cool. Again, just to show you again. And it does break if you sit in the boat itself. It will break that side that you sat in. But again, you don't want to make sure you hit shift when you're up there, because otherwise you'll die unless you have an elytra. But yeah, so that is the launch tower. I've actually built that on another Minecraft world just because it was. It's actually pretty easy to make. I might make a tutorial at some point on how to make that because it's. It gives you a really good view, and it would be great for a lot of people to build on their own survival worlds and servers and whatnot, and I want to share that with everyone. So next I'm going to show you another simple ride. This one is the Scrambler. As we can see here, Scrambler. Very classic carnival ride, just like our Carousel over there, where you get spun around. This time there's two pigs, and you can't have up to 8 players on this at the same time. Yeah, I'm going to show you this one. So as you can see, you kind of get bumped around, swung around. Again, very classic carnival attraction. Because it did require the ice for you to be able to slide around as much as possible, couldn't obviously have like it look like a classic Scrambler, so it is just kind of an enclosed little booth here. Yeah, that's that. Next thing I'll show is the roller coaster. So it is just a classic roller coaster, but the only boosts are up to the launch track, so it's a little different than, you know, a classic Minecraft roller coaster, but let me go ahead and show you kind of how this works here. So again, I put a pig in it. Not required, but it does actually make it more consistent because the pig doesn't ever mess with the, can't go forward or backwards in the pig, so that's why I did that. So again, no music here, but the only boosts are up till you get to the top of this. It's kind of like a classic chain lift a little bit, and then you go down. The nice thing about this is it does kind of just give you a grand tour around the entire island. So you just kind of like the Monorail a little bit. But again, you can see there's no boosters. And my favorite thing about it is these airtime hills here. Very, very close to a typical roller coaster, especially a wooden roller coaster. That was kind of what I modeled this after. And yeah, you can see I kind of succeeded there. So that's the roller coaster. Again, very simple, very classic Minecraft. The only carnival attraction you could make up until the last update. Previously. So let me show you the last thing here is the Tunnel of Love. So the Tunnel of Love, it does break. It's the most rudimentary attraction that I've built here. So let me hope that it does actually, oh, I should not have moved. Let me hope that it actually does work this time, because on my past takes of this, it has not. It broke at a certain point. And it's just that the boat doesn't get picked up at one point. So let me shut up. And if you recognize that tune, Elvis Presley, Burn in Love. Again, none of the note block music that I made for this is original. That's just because I am not creative musically, but I am creative with redstone. So, last thing that we have on the island is just a lava chicken shack here. Oh no, I actually have not shown you the coolest attraction here, which is the haunted cabin. Again, uses a very similar thing to all of this. This is actually my starter mansion that I built on the island. I built it, and then I had the idea to build a carnival here, and then eventually had the idea to repurpose this as a haunted cabin ride. So let's go ahead and ride it in. Again, I'm going to shut up here and show you the ride. So again, very, very simple, but I've been wanting to make something like this for so long in this game, and because of the new boat and lead mechanics, I've been able to. And the rain is just so perfect for a spooky ride like this. Oh, so awesome. That is all I have to show you on the island, but let me show you two more things that I have on this world that are kind of very similar to this here. So this is our spawn, and I have something very particular to show you, and it's actually just the advertisement shop for the Carnival. So I took over this building at the spawn because that's what our server allowed. You can see there's a ride in here. There's a pig. And so if you come in, ignore this being a little lower than it should be. But this is, again, the advertisement for the Carnival in the server spawn. So we have the Tunnel of Love, we have the Haunted Cabin, we have the roller coaster. You can pause to read those if you want to. And then again, my coordinates, we have Excalibur, and then we have all of the rides that we have here, which, yeah. Again, coolest part of this, and the reason I wanted to show you this, is the ride here at Spawn. So let me shut up and listen to this music. So you can see it's Take On Me by Aha. Again, I did not make that one myself. I stole that from someone else. But there is one more single thing to show you on this server, and it's probably the coolest thing that I possibly could have built. It's also here in the spawn, and you can see it right here. It is a functional ski lift. A functional ski lift. So, I'm sorry, let me show you kind of. Here's the ski lift that we have. Poor planing on my part. I pulled it really, really close to this building, but it doesn't touch. So again, let's go ahead and ride this. This time I was smart and I've included the boat that you can't actually accidentally ride in, because you can't can't click on the boat. You actually have to click on the pig. And let's go ahead and ride this. This one doesn't have music, so I can just kind of show you. Wish it wasn't raining right now. I might re-record this, potentially, maybe not. But yeah, you can see you just slide by these. It's pretty cool. And I even have that slant there, where you change your angle, and you go up a little bit higher there. Don't have that at the top here because you just come to up to the top station. Yeah. And I will say going down is a little different. You kind of go flying, but yeah, it still accomplishes it. You almost bonk your head a few times on the way down, I will say, but it works. It accomplishes the goal that I was after, which was we had this huge mountain here by Spawn, and I wanted to be able to build a ski lift of it. I came up with that hanging monorail back at the Carnival, and I just thought doing that in the form of a ski lift would be so cool. You kind of glitch out when you go there, but the boats are really glitchy in this game. But it's really cool that I can do all of this stuff. So that is everything that I've made on this server here. I've been wanting to show it off for a while now. Just kind of have it in a state where it's, you know, complete enough to show people. So if you have any questions, leave them in the comments below. I'm always happy to answer everything. If you want me to show any tutorials on any of the rides that I made, I definitely can make those. Just let me know if you're interested in that. Otherwise, I hope you all have a good one. Later. Bye.